Hello, my name is Jim. I'm with Phantom Knowledge, and I provide step-by-step training for the Phantom 2 Vision Plus, the Phantom 3, the Inspire 1, and I'm about to provide step-by-step training for the Phantom 4. This just came in the mail today, and I want to share with you some of my first impressions of this product. My very first impression was in the box that it came in was really quite small. I had to look at the label just to make sure, is this indeed the DJI Phantom 4? And it sure enough is. So this is what it looks like here, and one of my first impressions here is that the case, it is indeed a case, and so that's good. Everything is kept inside, but it's made of styrofoam. It's kind of a glued type of styrofoam, so it's not a metal case. I've heard people talk about, well, would you use this as a travel case? Possibly. It would probably get pretty beaten up. I certainly wouldn't have it as checked-in luggage. You could possibly use it as a carry-on luggage, but you'd still want to be very careful with it. It doesn't seem to be super strong. A couple of things I want to go over here is on the side of the box, it gives some basic information about what we're going to be looking at. It says intelligent and creatively effortless, automatic object detection and avoidance. From my view, that is the key feature in the Phantom 4, is the ability for it to stay away from and not run into objects or people. TapFly, using your smart device. ActiveTrack will automatically track a subject using object recognition. Ultra high definition stabilized 4K 30 frames per second and 1080p at 120 frames per second videos. And that, the 120 frames per second at 1080p is all new. And that's very exciting. Very much looking forward to checking out that feature. Complete camera control, including ISO, exposure, and resolution. But it doesn't include aperture control, which is, to me, still very disappointing. Over 26 minutes of flying time, vision positioning for increased stability indoors. So that's going to be very interesting. For example, with the cameras at the bottom of the quadcopter, you're now able to fly up to 10 meters indoors. That's like 30 feet compared to the previous version, version 3, Phantom 3, gave you about 3 meters or about 10 feet. So very different. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. The way it opens is a little bit odd. You turn the handle and then it goes open. And now we have the Phantom itself. And what is really striking to me as compared to the Phantom 3 is the width of the arms. They just are more slender. Obviously there's no stripes as with the Phantom 3. So it's meant to look more elegant. The motors are a little bit higher. The advantage for the height of the motors is that the propellers are up a little bit higher and therefore stay out of the way of the cameras. Obviously we have a new gimbal lock. We no longer have the gimbal lock style as from the Phantom 3, which was always kind of a 3D puzzle, trying to get it back on again. With this, it's pretty simple. It's just going to pop off, and then hopefully it'll be as easy to go back on again. On the controller is the holder for the mobile device. And the holder is the metal holder that was originally designed for the Inspire 1. But for whatever reason, the controller for the Phantom 3 is always plastic. And the plastic wobbles. And so you put a mobile device on here, and the bigger the mobile device, the more it wobbles. So that was a big complaint that I've always had with with the Phantom 3 as far as the controller is concerned. Everything else is going to be pretty much the same, except now we have on the back, you have, instead of a PAF switch, we have the PSA switch. P is for PADI positioning, S is for sport, and A is attitude. On this side, you can stop and start your video. So everything else looks good here. All right, so I'd like to go ahead and take a look at the battery. And I notice that there's some buttons here on top with little rubber grippers. That's interesting. I'm just going to go ahead and pull that out. The battery is wider but shorter, so it's not going to go in as far, and it has a different connector than what we've seen in the past. But it's going to go in there nice and firm and won't pop out. On the underside are sonar detectors and then the optical cameras, which will go 10 meters, which gives us approximately 30 feet. And then in the front are the front-facing cameras for obstacle avoidance and for automated flight. One of the things that I would say is a definite first impression is that in addition to the top being all white and glossy, that everything just feels more durable. Stronger. The pieces down here, as far as the gimbal on both sides, the gimbal lock even is very durable. But as far as just all of the pieces, the legs, it just appears to be much stronger and more durable. And I would say that's true for the motors as well. One more thing I'd just like to mention is that on this side, we have the USB port. Over here we have the mini SD card, which is a 16 gigabyte card, standard card that DJI provides. So that's pretty much what I wanted to share with you today, just a few first impressions. I hope that you'll visit Phantom Knowledge and check out what we have to offer as far as step-by-step training to help you learn to use your Phantom from the very beginning all the way up to the more advanced features. It's a very step-by-step type of process that we provide, and so everything is included. You don't have to be hunting around for hours on YouTube trying to figure out how do you do this and how do you do that. We provide the steps and have many, many happy customers. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.